Sight singing. Just the phrase is enough to make a lot of singers tense up. Where do you start? What if you sing the wrong note? What if you freeze the second you see that key signature? Breathe. You're not alone. And the good news, sight singing is a skill, not a mystery. In this video, I'm going to give you a step-by-step guide for how to begin, how to practice, and how to start feeling confident instead of panicked every time you see a new piece of music. So let's get started. The first step to sight singing is starting with solfeggio or solfege and the Kodály hand signs. Solfeggio is your best friend when learning to sight sing. It gives you a set of syllables, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, okay, that help you hear the relationships between pitches, not just isolated notes. Okay. And then if you pair that with the Kodály hand signs, suddenly you've got a visual and kinesthetic map for what it is that you are singing. Okay. So we're going to sing the major scale together using these hand signals that you see on the page or on the screen. Okay. So the first hand signal is do, and it's just a fist that you make right in front of you. Re, then angles up. Mi, you flatten your hand out. Fa, your palm goes out and your thumb goes down. Sol, you flip your hand so the palm is towards you with your thumb up, or sometimes it's down. Okay, the back of your hand is forward. Then la is like you're holding a baseball. T is you make a fist and you stick out your index finger at an angle, and then you go back to do. All right, so here we go. We're going to do this together. Here's your first pitch, do. All right, here we go. Ready? And do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Now we're going to go backwards. Ready? Do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. So as you're singing, use the solfege and the hand signals together, because what is going to happen is you're going to train your brain, your body, your ear, your voice to understand the relationships between each of those notes in a scale. And it will help you recognize what those intervals are when you see them on a page. Okay, start slow and steady. You're building your pitch muscle. This system trains your ear and your body to track pitch direction and interval jumps. Step 2 is to practice your intervals. Intervals are the space between two notes, and they are the foundation of sight singing. So as you can see in the graphic on the screen, here are the intervals that are all built on the C scale. Okay, and what you can do is you can practice these intervals with solfege and the Kodály hand signals by first singing them on the solfege and then singing them with the hand signals. So for instance, going up, what you would do is you would go do, re, major second, do, mi, major third, do, fa, perfect fourth, do, sol, perfect fifth, do, la, major sixth, do, ti, minor seven, do, do, perfect octave. And you can keep going along with that. But if you only ever think note to note, you're always starting from scratch. But when you recognize an interval, that's when the magic happens. So if you sing Twinkle, twinkle, little star. That's a perfect fifth. Twinkle, twinkle. Okay. Then, my bunny lies, okay, over the ocean. That's a major sixth. My bunny lies. All right. Or if you want to do a minor third, that song is Greensleeves. What child is this who laid? What child? That's a minor third. Okay. So the more intervals that you can hear before you sing them, the less guessing that you'll do. Okay. So learn and practice your intervals. Step number 3 is analyze the piece before you sing a note. Okay. Now, here's where singers often go wrong. They jump in too fast. Before you sing anything, take 20 to 30 seconds and do a quick musical scan. What's the key signature? The key signature is going to tell you where do is. Okay. What's the time signature? So how does the rhythm move? Are there any repeated rhythmic patterns? Do you see any intervals or leaps that stand out that maybe you want to practice before you start? Is there a tonal center that you can return to? Okay, so what you want to do is make sure that you're doing this quick analysis before you start to sing, because sight singing starts before you sing a single note. All right, step 4 is something that I have to say sometimes I get a little pushback on, and that is you start singing and you don't stop. Okay, this is where the rubber meets the road. When you finally go to sing the piece, start confidently, and then sing through the whole thing. And do not stop. Even if you make a mistake, don't stop. Just keep going. Why? Because you're training 2 skills at once. Number 1, you're training your pitch and your rhythm. And number 2, you're training your recovery. Okay? In real life, you don't get a second chance mid-performance. So you treat your sight singing practice like performance training. Mistakes equal data, okay? They show you what you tripped up on so that next time you try, you can fix it in real time. And step 5 is repeat, reflect, and refine. Once you've sung it through, check your work against the piano or a recording. Mark those tricky spots. Sing it again the next day and see what's easier. Sight singing is not about perfection. It's about pattern recognition. The more you practice, the more you'll see and hear the same patterns over and over. You're training your brain to speak the language of music, and that takes time and consistency. So, to recap, here's where to begin with sight singing. Number 1, learn solfeggio and the Kodály hand signals. Okay. Number 2, practice your intervals and connect them to real songs. Number 3, do a quick musical scan before you sing. Number 4, commit to singing all the way through, even with mistakes. And number 5, reflect, refine, and repeat. Sight singing isn't a test, it's a tool. And the more that you use it, the more empowered you become as a musician. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to start. So if this video gave you some clarity or a starting point you feel good about, like it. Subscribe to the channel and tap that little bell for more practical tools that can help you become a confident and savvy singer. And tell me in the comments, what part of sight singing trips you up the most? Let's work through it together. Keep practicing, keep sight singing every day, And as always, stay savvy.